YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit. And I'd like to thank RJS for requesting this down in the comments below. And again, I love all of the comments you guys are leaving, and I'm gonna get to as many of them as physically possible. I love the interaction. I love everybody sharing their experiences with the shoes and requesting new shoes. So please keep it up, and just know I read all of them and will try to get to as many of them as I can. But without any further ado, let's get into my full review of the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit. With higher foam stack heights and a wider shape, this shoe provides a softer feel and a more stable ride that will help runners of all levels get to the starting line in one piece. Paired with a stronger and more durable Flyknit loft upper, the Infinity Run Flyknit helps to keep your foot secure while providing a lightweight and flexible feel while running down your goals. So that all sounds well and good, and I think most of us are well aware of the marketing hype behind this shoe, that it was designed to help decrease the risk of injury. I've gotten over 50 miles in this thing, so I think we're pretty well qualified to talk about likes and dislikes and go over the specs. So does it deliver on its promises? We're gonna find out right now. Okay, so starting off with some of the specs. The Infinity Run Flyknit weighs in at 9.6 ounces in men's size 9 and 8 ounces in a woman's size 8. The stack height in the heel is 33 millimeters, and in the forefoot, the stack height is 24 millimeters, being a 9 millimeter drop from heel to toe. Moving on to the fit. So I actually, from experience, have grown very weary of these Flyknit upper mesh materials on any brands. So I always make sure to try a pair like this on before I buy it. And very happy to do that in this one because I am fitting a lot better in a half size smaller than usual. I'm usually an 11.5. This one comes in at an 11, and I think it's doing a lot better for me than an 11.5 would have regarding the forefoot and upper lockdown. So that's something to think about when you're buying this shoe. Moving on to the upper. So as you can see here, Nike was really trying to revamp their Flyknit upper. So they've rebranded as a Flyknit loft upper, which is supposed to be more secure and more durable than their previous versions. And I'm actually gonna say right now, that is definitely true, especially in this shoe. I found that in past Flyknit materials, you were just slipping and sliding all over the place. But in this one, it actually locks you down really well. And you can kind of see here what they're calling a TPU injected clip around the heel too, which is kind of a stiffer, more stable version, kind of along the lines of what a lot of shoe brands are doing nowadays, which is to help guide your foot for inherent stability so you're not overpronating too much. And we'll get into more of that when we go to the midsole. The one big issue I'm having with this upper is the slippage I'm having in this heel area. My heel just keeps slipping out, and I rarely have this issue on a shoe. So when that came up, I noticed it immediately on my first run, and there were very few things I could do to correct it, whether that was a thicker sock or tightening down the laces even more. Moving on to the midsole. So Nike, again, kept it pretty simple with the midsole. They just implemented a full-length, thick amount of their React midsole foam, which, as you guys probably know, is super comfortable, super soft, super bouncy, and super durable. And that's all I really got to say on that. Y'all know I really enjoy the React midsole foam, especially when it comes in a softer package. Nike is implementing what they're calling a geometric rocker material that kind of is like a rocking chair for your foot from heel to toe, so you can have a smoother transition. Even striking midfoot though, it does have a nice little roll forward. So in the end, I think it does help with my biomechanics a little bit. Moving on to the outsole. Nike made my job pretty easy with this one, and they're calling it their strategically placed rubber. As you can see, strategically probably means the entire damn thing, but I don't mind that. I mean, they're not trying to go too light with this shoe. They made the upper really light, so they had a little room to work with on the outsole. And I think it really is adding to the durability of the shoe. This shoe is gonna get you a lot of miles, and I'll get into that with my durability prediction later in the review. Moving on to positives and drawbacks of the shoe. Starting with the positives, this one's pretty simple. It's that React foam. I love this full-length cushioned React foam. It seems like they placed just enough in here. It's really gonna add to the durability the springiness, the responsiveness, and the cushion, really. I mean, because in the end, this is a soft recovery day shoe, and I'll get into that again just in a little bit. Going on to my drawback, I mentioned this earlier, it's that heel slippage. That was really getting to me. The heel slippage was super annoying, and it's not just me. I've talked to plenty of other people who have had the same issue with the shoe, doing a lot of what they can with the lacing system, and if you're willing to put up with it, that's fine. I've been putting up with it a little bit just because I love the rest of the ride, but the heel slippage wasn't doing it for me. That was kind of my biggest drawback of the shoe, and it continues to be. Moving on to who I think this shoe will be best for. I think this shoe is going to be best for someone who likes a lower profile upper with a beefy outsole and just wants to get in some good solid miles, and also someone who wants a shoe that they don't have to replace very often. And that kind of brings me on to my durability prediction, and I think taking into account this React midsole foam and this large amount of rubber outsole, I think this shoe is going to get you between 500 to 700 miles. I think that just because that React foam is tried and true and beefy as hell. Again, I've gotten over 50 miles of it, and you can see there's barely any wear on this outsole, and the midsole feels as plushy as it does since the day I started running in it. So big ups to Nike on the durability of this shoe. Moving on to the price point, at $160, that's a no-go. I probably would not pay $160 for this shoe, but there are some sales going on for both men's and women's models on Running Warehouse's website for $120 to $109, and I'll leave links to that in the description below for all of you kind people. In conclusion, I think this shoe had a great idea, and once they figure out this heel collar in the back, I can't wait to see what they do with the next model coming out at some point. I don't know when that is, but I look forward to see how they revamp this shoe and bring it back better than ever. But until then, I can't wait to actually get more miles on the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit. That about does it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. I love the community we're building. I love the people telling me what they think about the shoe models I'm reviewing and requesting new models. Again, I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, I'm gonna get to as many of those as I can. I am one person, but I love shoes and I love you guys. So again, thank you so much, and I can't wait to bring you guys more reviews and more workout videos and just more content in general. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much again, and until next time, stay healthy, stay chill. Cheers, friends.